again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting hour of Power Pro Wrestling. I'm Jim Ross. Thank you very much for being with us. We have an outstanding hour in store for you here on PPW. You're going to see the Fantastics take on the Sheep Herders inside a barbed wire cage. We'll have that match for you later in this hour of Power Pro Wrestling. We'll also see Terry Taylor in action against Freebird Buddy Roberts for the UWF television title. You'll see the video, the new video on the fabulous Freebirds entitled The Boys Are Back in Town. We're also going to see Chavo Guerrero take on Rick Steiner. We'll be hearing from Dr. Death Steve Williams, and we'll also see Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert in action. As a matter of fact, we're ready to go to the ring now. Let's go back in time and see Hot Stuff.
Introducing our next match. One fall or television time remaining. At 225 pounds, every girl's dream, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Also in the ring corner, his manager, Sir Oliver Humperdinck. And now introducing in the blue corner, from Florida, weighing 226 pounds, Tommy Wright.
Fine young athletes, ladies and gentlemen, as we prepare to continue here on Mid-South Wrestling. Jim Ross and Joe Watts with you here. And as we said, really, words can't describe our feeling right now, and our thoughts and our prayers are with Hacksaw Butch Reed as to the unprovoked attack by Dick Murdoch. But be that as it may, we do have two fine young athletes, Joe, in the ring, and one that I have said on many occasions, he has the biggest ego in professional wrestling, and I'm talking specifically about Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert.
Well, we've seen Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert go through many stages here in the Mid-South. He first came in, teamed with the Nightmare. He left him. They got back together as a tag team. They gained the Mid-South Tag Team Championships. And let me tell you, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert has got to be, next to Dr. Death, probably one of the most improved wrestlers in Mid-South. And I think one of the main reasons for that is the fact that he has learned how to implement that hot shot. What a punishing hold that is.
And we have seen him using so effectively in the last several weeks as he has put together a very impressive winning streak. Gilbert weighed in at 225, Wright at 226. Both men obviously very similar in size. Gilbert, former Pro Wrestling Rookie of the Year, a little bit more experienced, and Wright is certainly not intimidated by the laurels achieved by the Hot Stuff Sir Oliver Humperdinck.
Well, I tell you, there are a lot of great young junior heavyweights coming into the Mid-South. There you see Sir Oliver Humperdinck. But I tell you, they're all vying for that, the Mid-South World's Junior Heavyweight title that's getting ready to be established. But this man right here, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, has established himself in this territory, and he's going to be a tough man to beat. I think he's got to be one of the top candidates for that junior heavyweight title because he competes so well with the heavyweights as well. Kind of like Terry Taylor in that aspect. However, Terry, of course, out of the range of the junior heavyweight contention. I don't feel like he needs to even be in it because he's definitely got to be a candidate for the North American heavyweight title, having once held it. He defeated the Nightmare soundly on Mid-South last week. Whoa, it looks like he went for that hot shot, but he didn't quite have the distance on it. And, you know, that's the first time I've seen that hot shot actually put Gilbert in danger. This is kind of a new aspect to it. Whoa. Gilbert caught him again. This time he sets it.
A devastating maneuver, the hot shot by Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert.
The former Professional Wrestling Rookie of the Year, utilizing his pet maneuver, the hot shot. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert with a victory here on Power Pro Wrestling. And we'll be back and hear from Steve Dr. Death Williams after this timeout. Segment, we'll see Chavo Guerrero take on Rick Steiner in a great matchup from Houston, Texas. But before we do, I'd like for you to listen to this interview from Steve Dr. Death Williams. I sincerely feel that he will be back in action very soon, contrary to the belief of the Freebirds. Be that as it may, Steve Dr. Death Williams made this statement.
I just got out of therapy. I have ice in my neck. You know, I sit here and I think about the match, and I really don't know exactly what happened. All I know that Bam Bam had that Oriental spike on Ted, and I thought I was getting the best of him. 3-on-1, and then it was the lights out. Oh. Ooh. You know, I hear that UWF suspending the Freebirds. I don't want nobody to suspend nobody. I want the Freebirds to be in great health when I come back. Freebirds, I have one thing to tell you. While you're eating your breakfast, while you're running down that highway, you just remember who you hurt. You just remember.
Those comments from Steve Dr. Death Williams, we certainly look forward to him coming back, and I know that he appreciates all the mail. What a tremendous amount of cards and letters that he's received in the last few weeks. It means a great deal to that four-time All-American. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to Houston, Texas for more Power Pro Wrestling action.
Hello, I'm Frank Dusick. We're here at the Sam Houston Coliseum in beautiful Houston, Texas. Action just underway in this exciting one-fall event between the Mexican sensation Chavo Guerrero and the former University of Michigan All-American Rick Steiner. Steiner, the man on your left, large man, over 270 pounds, massive upper body strength. Chavo Guerrero, known for years along this border, one of the great Mexican-American wrestlers out of El Paso, Texas. Guerrero, an exponent of the scientific style, a mixture of the Mexican and the American style. Steiner, showing that amateur background, University of Michigan, swing under arm drag, Chavo out and to the floor. Rick Steiner, the large man, under the tutelage originally of Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer, now under the tutelage of Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. They tie up collar and elbow. Guerrero with the headlock. Goes for the arm bar, bars the big man's arm, steps inside. Oh, up underneath and a big hip toss, and Steiner's down, of course, complaining. He learned this, I'm sure, from Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Complain about the trunks. Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. That's Rick Steiner's motto. Referee Carl Fergie about to take the bump there as Chavo Guerrero explains the fundamentals of a hip toss. Of course, from our angle, we could easily see with the cameras there was no trunk pulling there at all. Guerrero used Steiner's upper body weight to get him up and over, and just a simple hip toss. But, of course, Steiner trying to create a little confusion, trying to confuse the referee a little bit. One more time, they tap collar and elbow. Guerrero in behind. Now, at this point, Steiner needs to get Guerrero rather needs to get Steiner off his feet. They reverse again. Guerrero behind Steiner. He needs to take the big man down. There he goes. Take the big man off his feet to negate that upper body strength. Or that University of Michigan style. Set right out, came back to the neutral position. A lot of good basic wrestling here in the early going. This match we've joined in progress about a minute into the match, so both men very fresh, still feeling each other out. Collar and elbow again. Steiner this time with the headlock. Steiner, a powerful man, bench press in excess of 500 pounds, works out every day. Of course, it shows. One look at him. Guerrero takes one leg up. Guerrero, a crafty veteran, numerous years in the ring, gets the big man up. Ooh, drops him on the knee. I'll tell you, that's sure hard on the cartilage. Oh, a little shortcut by Steiner, a little right to the head. Back Guerrero up, admonishment from referee Carl Fergie. Steiner, of course, denying any misactions there. Guerrero, instead of locking up with a little bit of a boot to the leg, work on the big man's upper thigh muscle. You know, if you take those legs off under the big man, negate that strength. When he's down on his knees, everybody's the same size. All that upper body strength means very, very little. Perhaps Guerrero's strategy in this match is going to be to go to the leg. Go to the legs. Again, the kick to the leg up into the thigh muscle. And big Rick Steiner steps out onto the apron. In professional wrestling, you might remember that a kick with the toe is illegal. However, any kick with the flat of the foot or the instep, like the one Chavo Guerrero just used, is a legal blow. In spite of Rick Steiner's complaints, referee Carl Fergie explains the rules, and we're ready for more action. A little bit of a conference. Steiner perhaps asking for a handshake, a show of friendship. Guerrero not trusting him, of course. And for a third time, the boot into the thigh. And big Rick Steiner now is getting mad. Goes to the apron, goes to the chain. Picked up that big chain. Referee Carl Fergie tells him it's a wrestling match. No weapons allowed. Back into the ring comes a reluctant Steiner. In the background, you can see a portion of this great crowd here at the Sam Houston Coliseum, nearly 10,000 strong, enjoying UWF wrestling at its finest. I want to make a special congratulations to all our friends in Navasota for the big fundraiser up there. Folks raised quite a bit of money for the local organization. We're really proud of them and hope to come back again next year. Once again, Steiner takes the blow into the same area of the thigh. Chavo Guerrero begins to go to work. Not many men know how to work the legs and how to take the legs off from under a big man. Chavo Guerrero, the experience of all these years, goes in with a step over toe hold, and Big Rick Steiner a little bit confused. Steiner, for all his size, is very green, very a rookie still. And when a man takes him down and begins to work on the legs, he's used to the headlock, he's used to the arm. This could be Chavo Guerrero's entire strategy, to confuse the big man by constantly going for his legs. And so far, it's worked very well for Chavo Guerrero. Steiner needs to be careful at this point. You notice he's keeping the arm and shoulder up. Referee Carl Fergie, always alert, one of the fine officials of the UWF, always alert for the possibility of a pin. Guerrero, down with the leg across Steiner's big leg. Work on that knee, work on that thigh muscle. Back up with the pressure on the ankle. If you'll notice from the camera angle, he has one knee on the inside of Steiner's knee. He's pulling on the toe, twisting the knee and the ankle. Big Rick Steiner right now, those cartilage and ligaments in that leg are taking a little bit of a strain. Steiner looking for that shortcut. Referee Carl Fergie right on top of things. And now the young man from the University of Michigan goes to the ropes. Referee Carl Fergie calls for the break. And a clean break it is, courtesy of Chavo Guerrero. Fine young man, Guerrero. Pride of both Mexico and the United States. Native of El Paso, Texas. His dad, Gory Guerrero, one of the veterans of the 60s, a legend all over the world of professional wrestling. They tie up collared elbow, back into the corner again. Oh, a Sunday. Referee Carl Fergie stepped in for the break, and Rick Steiner saw the advantage. Oh, big right hand to the head of Chavo Guerrero, and Guerrero is down. Guerrero's stunned. He gave a clean break earlier. Thought for sure he'd get the same break from Steiner, and he is stunned. And big Rick Steiner goes to work. Drops him across that top strand of the ropes on his throat. And the big man from the University of Michigan shows now what hot stuff Eddie Gilbert's been teaching him. Another big clubbing right to the head. Chavo Guerrero is staggered back and down to the knee. Steiner, a well-conditioned athlete, now moves in like an animal sensing the kill. Throws Chavo Guerrero to the floor. Steiner pacing, wanting Guerrero back in. There's the chain. Steiner's picked up that chain. He's outside on the apron. Referee Carl Fergie. I don't know if Fergie realized he hit him or not. I think if he saw it for sure, if he was sure he clubbed him with the chain, not just the collar, this match would be over right here. Must have hit him with just the collar in that case, but this match would have been over right here for that. Chavo Guerrero's down, and he's down hard. And I think now Fergie's beginning to realize what happened. He thinks he hit him with the chain. If Fergie believes he did, if he really believes he did, this match is over, ladies and gentlemen. This match will be over. It'll be a disqualification immediately. Steiner goes past the referee, back on Guerrero. And at this point, the young man from El Paso, Texas, is in a bad way, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, big clothesline, and Chavo Guerrero went down hard, and he's not moving. Rick Steiner, the young man, wasted just a moment pacing around. Oh, boy, that was a count of 2.5 if there ever was one. Steiner, the inexperienced showing right there. He hit that big clothesline, sent Chavo Guerrero down. Guerrero didn't move. Instead of diving in for the pin immediately when he could have gotten the 1, 2, 3, Steiner took just a minute, gave Guerrero just enough of a breather to kick out. Guerrero back to his feet, negating the strength of the big man by getting him up. And for his efforts, he's driven into the corner. Guerrero hanging on those ropes. Oh, what a boot to the back of the head that was. Those percussion blows, and Chavo Guerrero must be seeing stars right now. 270 pounds down on the throat of Chavo Guerrero, taking the wind out of the man. I'll tell you, in a very short period of time, this Rick Steiner sure has learned a lot of veteran tactics. Of course, a right to the jaw has nothing to do with being a veteran. That was nothing more than a street tactic right there. Goes in for the right, across over the turnbuckle. There again, that long wait. Oh, once again, Steiner made that long wait. The second time he's made the same mistake. Gave Chavo Guerrero the opening, and there's a drop kick. A second spinning kick, and the big man from the Michigan is down. Guerrero is up. He's got his win, and it's over at, into that top strand, a turnbuckle right by the throat. Chavo Guerrero goes for the headlock. Big bulldog. Drove Rick Steiner's head into the canvas. And Steiner is down. Chavo Guerrero's a little slow getting up from the punishment he'd taken from Steiner, but he's back on his feet and still carrying it to the big man from Michigan. Irish whip into the ropes. Reversal. Guerrero into the ropes. Went for the leg. There it is. Backdrop. Both men hit hard. Neither man really at his senses right now. You can sure tell those big clubbing blows of Rick Steiner have taken their effect on the normally alert and crisp Chavo Guerrero.
10 minutes gone in the match. 10 minutes.
Ducks under the clothesline again. The flying headbutt off the ropes. Steiner is down. A second. And Steiner's down and down hard. That one may have caught him on the chin. There's the count of 1, the count of 2, and it's 3. That one must have caught him on the chin. Rick Steiner is down. Chavo Guerrero from El Paso, Texas, your winner. 10 minutes, 30 seconds.
Chavo
Of Mexico City, now living in El Paso, Texas, with a great victory here on Power Pro Wrestling. And we'll be back with a barbed wire cage match, the Fantastics versus the Sheepherders, after we hear this from Mid-South Sports.
Welcome to the Tulsa Convention Center, everybody. We're getting ready for a tremendous matchup here. 6-man tag team action, and you can see it surrounding the ring. That's barbed wire. That bizarre apparatus is a barbed wire cage. And as far as we know, this will be the first time ever that a barbed wire cage match has ever aired on television. You can bet it's going to be physical. The culmination of the feud between the Fantastics and the Sheepherders. Add Terry Taylor and his issue with Jack Victor, and you've got all the makings of a tremendous matchup here before this very enthusiastic crowd in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the beautiful convention center. There you see Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton, the Fantastics. A phenomenal team, and there's Lady Maxine along with referee Tommy Gilbert as they're trying to get this thing settled down and lock them in the cage, and let's go. Crazy Luke Williams of the Sheepherders. He seems anxious to get this thing underway, and you better believe that the Fantastics are dead serious about this situation, because the battle-scarred face of Butch Miller may look even worse. I know they're hoping the hair to come is breaking loose. The Sheepherders coming in the ring along with Jack Victory. So there you see them, all 6 men in the ring. And remember, it's a 6-man tag team matchup. Watch the barbed wire. It can become a weapon, as it's going to be hard to keep up with the action in this one, because all 6 men are in the ring at the same time. You've got Lady Maxine outside. It's going to be hard to keep up with the action. There's Terry Taylor and Jack Victory, and Victory's raking Taylor's face right across that barbed wire. Boy, I don't remember ever seeing Taylor now backing away from it, pushed himself back. This thing could get really get deadly before it's all over with, as Butch Miller is, look at his face right into the barbed wire. Victory comes from behind. Rogers just reached out for the ropes and grabbed that barbed wire, just instinctively reaching out. And look at Fulton. He was rammed face first into the lumber and into the wire. It's almost impossible to keep up with the action here on Power Pro Wrestling, as the Sheepherders and Jack Victory against Terry Taylor and the Fantastics inside barbed wire. The Sheepherders have competed inside the wire before, but I think it's a first for Taylor, Victory, and the Fantastics. And look at this. He's wrecking that face. I mean, I have never seen anything like what these men are going through in this situation. The hatred, the feud that has built between the Fantastics and the Sheepherders, coming to a tremendous climax here on Power Pro Wrestling. And this
matchup. Look at Fulton's face right across the wire. I'll tell you, this is getting to be a real bloodbath here on Power Pro Wrestling. Luke Williams bleeding as well, but Fulton's trying to come back. Taylor and Butch Miller have paired off, and you see Victory and Tommy Rogers. This matchup has really, it's like a mini battle royal because there's no tagging. There's Butch Miller on the second rope. Miller comes off across Terry Taylor's head, and Terry Taylor has been hammered with an fence. Miller over there for the cover, but the referee's virtually helpless in this situation, and we have got the clearance flowing here on Power Pro Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to take a commercial timeout and fulfill this commitment for the television station. Don't go away. We'll be right back with a battle in the barbed wire. Welcome back to Power Pro Wrestling, everyone. Jim Ross back with you from the Tulsa Convention Center. You can see it surrounding the ring, the barbed wire. That unorthodox cage, the barbed wire cage. Six-man tag action, as you see. Butch Miller raking the face of Tommy Rogers across the barbed wire. And what's got to be the most physical and the most dangerous of all cage matches, the barbed wire cage. Barbed wire, reminiscent of the early years out in the Southwest. And out here where we originate, here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the wrestling gets wild and crazy in the Southwest. As the Sheepherders and Jack Victory now have all but stopped the momentum of the Fantastics and Terry Taylor. I think every man in this match has lost some blood in this one, but it's far from over. It's one fall, no disqualifications. Terry Taylor flying there from Luke Williams. Victory now hammering away at Tommy Rogers, and I tell you, I don't know. The referee's got to really, there's really not anything he can do, though, come to think of it. It's no disqualifications. They all signed for it. They knew what was on the line here in the Universal Wrestling Federation. When this match was proposed by the Sheepherders to settle their situation once and for all, and Terry Taylor and Bobby Fulton both are bleeding profusely here on Power Pro Wrestling. We asked, why would someone want to sign a match and just get it settled? These are not cartoon characters, they're athletes, and they sell it the man's way. And you're seeing a man's battle here on Power Pro Wrestling as Victory's head right into that wooden support. And Butch Miller going back first right into the barbed wire. I've never seen a match this physical in my life right here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. And I just personally don't know how much longer it can last. Inside the barbed wire, there's Bobby Fulton. This tremendous crowd at the Tulsa Convention Center is roaring its approval. And look at Luke Williams, who just went face first into the barbed wire. There's Jack Victory, and it's almost, you almost just got to turn your head as Terry Taylor hammers Luke Williams. And these guys are hammering each other. Rogers came all the way off the top of the cage on that one. And I feel for the referee. Tommy Gilbert's working as hard as he can. Victory's going to try to get out of there. But he's not alone up there. There's Bobby Fulton with him. And Victory's head just ricochets off that wooden railing. What a matchup on Power Pro Wrestling. And you can see why the UWF, the fastest growing wrestling organization in the world, is just that. This is where you see the action as Fulton comes off the top rope in this barbed wire cage match. Victory kicks out. It's one fall to a finish, no disqualifications in the Tulsa Convention Center. Victory now pile driving Bobby Fulton. As I said earlier in this matchup, it's going to be hard to keep up with the action. I apologize for that inadvertent description of who it was. This crowd is into this thing, so are we. It's six-man tag action in the barbed wire. And it's become much more of a brawl or just a street fight than a wrestling match. The Fantastics and Terry Taylor against the brutal combination of the Sheepherders and Jack Victory. Victory trying to go for the suplex. Terry Taylor over the top. Taylor's got Victory wrapped up in a cradle, and the referee's caught the fall. Terry Taylor pinning Jack Victory. The victory for the Fantastics and Terry Taylor in this physical, this brutal six-man match inside that dangerous barbed wire. What a crowd in Tulsa at the Convention Center for this phenomenal showdown between the Sheepherders and Jack Victory and the Fantastics and Terry Taylor. This tremendous crowd roaring, standing. Maxine there doesn't like it one bit, but the winners, Terry Taylor and the Fantastics. We'll be back with more Power Pro Wrestling after this timeout.
Universal Wrestling Federation will be at the L.W. Higgins High School in Marrera on Saturday, September the 6th. That's Saturday, September the 6th at the L.W. Higgins High School in Marrera for a big fundraiser sponsored by the Athletic Department. That's the last regularly scheduled event in New Orleans prior to the Superdome Thanksgiving Extravaganza in New Orleans. So there's two big events coming up, L.W. Higgins High School in Marrera on Saturday, September the 6th, and then plan on attending the Superdome Extravaganza in New Orleans on Thanksgiving night. Don't forget in Biloxi, the Gulf Coast Coliseum, a super card coming your way on Monday night, August the 11th. You're going to see Cowboy Bill Watts, Ted DiBiase, and Terry Taylor take on the Freebirds. Hacksaw Jim Duggan goes against the one-man gang. The Missing Link will take on Hollywood John Tatum. If the Link wins, Dark Journey gets 5 minutes alone with Missy Hyatt. Plus, you'll see Jack Victory, Sting with Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, and many more top stars. It's going to be a super night of excitement on Monday night, August the 11th at 7:30 in Biloxi at the Gulf Coast Coliseum. We'd like to see you there. Tickets go on sale the day of the event at 9 a.m. He's no stranger to using a baseball bat, and I doubt if he played a day of organized baseball in his life, if you know what I'm saying. In any event, ladies and gentlemen, this match is for the Universal Wrestling Federation Television Championship. Terry Taylor, the champion, and Freebird Buddy Roberts, obviously the challenger. And I was going to say, don't you know that Michael Hayes had a real slick game plan lined out for this one, but it has backfired. And Buddy Roberts now not only has to worry about Terry Taylor, which is enough, but he's also got that man just passed by our camera, 300 pounds with a ball bat. Roberts went to institute a right hand. Taylor blocked it, and get right back in the ring, and Roberts, I mean rapidly. He didn't care how he got in, just when he got in, and when was in a hurry. The Cowboy, Carl Fergie's in a real tough spot here because, you know, you never know. Is Terry Gordy or Michael Hayes going to come to the ring? If not, they better be loaded for bear, or Cowboy, as it were. Roberts single leg pickup. Taylor elevates Roberts, and Roberts turns right around and looks eye to eye with the Cowboy. Remember, time permitting in this hour, the big man from Glens Falls, New York, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and the one-man gang, nose to nose, right here on television. Chief Duggan, if you're listening up there in Glens Falls, I hope you're having a great day, sir. Side headlock by Buddy Roberts. Taking him over. Taylor reversed it. Terry Taylor looks at the top of his game. He is so sharp here on the UWF. Another one of the more popular athletes that you'll see in Houston, Texas on August the 8th, Kansas City on August the 5th. Our first time in Kansas City, as a matter of fact, and our first time in Wichita, Kansas on August the 4th. Roberts now, even though he is in the head scissors, he has Taylor in a pinning predicament, and there's why, a little pull of the tights. Roberts is the veteran of the Freebird trio. I don't think there's any tricks that he hasn't used, and I know he hasn't forgotten any. Roberts with a right hand, blatant infraction of the rules. Roberts now taking over on Terry Taylor. And yes, ladies, Terry Taylor will be in Dallas at Reunion Arena for that tremendous card. And now, momentum has stopped Terry Taylor with Buddy Roberts up. And the atomic drop. And Roberts' spine has got to be ajar. Taylor for the near fall. There, a count of 2. Roberts leaning to the outside. Might not want to lean too far. Roberts there holding his hip, let's say. There has never been any love lost for any of the Freebirds, but when you break it all down, Terry Taylor and Buddy Roberts have certainly had a hot issue here in the UWF in the last 2 or 3 weeks, especially. And everybody great friends with Steve Dr. Death Williams. Our thoughts go out to him and his family. We wish him the speediest of recoveries. Cowboy Bill Watts surveying the action, but Terry Taylor now thrown all the way outside by Buddy Roberts. Now, Bill Watts said he's not going to get involved with Terry Taylor and Buddy Roberts' match, and I believe that. Cowboy standing there, but the referee has got to count. He is doing so. Taylor will have a 10 count, but Roberts stomping on the hands. That's not only going to add a little bit more injury and a little more pain to stop the count. Now Roberts to the attack here on Terry Taylor. UWF television title is on the line here. Fantastics retained the tag team titles earlier in the hour via disqualification. And what a slap Dark Journey gave Missy Hyatt. Missy was almost in tears. Buddy Roberts with a bulldog headlock. That's one of his favorite maneuvers. This could very well be it. We could be seeing a new television champion crowned right here. But he's not going for the pinfall at this point in time. He's going to try it one more time. But Taylor pushes him off. Perhaps Roberts should have gone for the pinfall after the first bulldog. In any event, Terry Taylor now back on the offensive. Taylor with a chop. The momentum back in the corner of the Vero Beach native Terry Taylor. Standing suplex. Terry Taylor now with a lateral press on Freebird Buddy Roberts, but Roberts' foot is on the ropes. The Freebird way is any way to keep him getting pinned, and Taylor has had all of Buddy Roberts he wants. I said it was a heated rivalry. Terry Taylor looks tremendous in this contest. Vicious backbreaker. Terry Taylor now strictly on the offensive. That knee to the head of Buddy Roberts. This should be it right here. And Roberts goes to the ropes. How frustrating can it be for Terry Taylor? Taylor with a body slam. Well, Taylor went for the elbow. Roberts, the veteran, moved out of the way very, very quickly. Now Roberts with the elbow, and he connected with his. Roberts connected with his elbow right to the face of Terry Taylor. A neck breaker by Roberts, the Freebirds, masters of so many maneuvers. And now, yes, sir, Terry Taylor. His foot was on the ropes. There's no pinfall, buddy. You still got to get 2. And look at Roberts. He's keeping a lot of attention on Cowboy Bill Watts, but he's not been pinned. And Taylor with a 5-arm. Roberts thought Taylor was pinned, but he wasn't. And Terry Taylor
Taylor with a hard-fought victory over Freebird Buddy Roberts, Cowboy Bill Watts. All 300 pounds of him with that ball bat, I think, distracted Roberts somewhat. But be that as it may, when Taylor nails that 5-arm, it's over. And Terry Taylor with a victory here on Power Pro Wrestling. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with a premiere video on Power Pro Wrestling. The boys are back in town after this. Look at a new video on the fabulous Freebirds. Michael Hayes, quite a rock star in his own right. It's I think, a very interesting video, some very interesting music. Listen very closely to the lyrics, and here it is. The boys are back in town.
Got back today. The wild-eyed boys that have been away haven't changed, had much to say. But man, I still think them cats are crazy. They were asking if you were around, how you was, where you could be found. Showed them you were living downtown, driving all the old men crazy. The boys are back in town, boys are back in town. Said the boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. You know that chick used to dance a lot. Every night she be on the floor shaking what she got. Man, when I tell you she was cool, she was red hot. Oh, I mean, she was steaming. And that time over Johnny's place, well, that chick got up and she slapped Johnny's face. Man, we just fell about the place. If that chick don't want to know, forget her. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. I said the boys are back in town. 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 The boys are back in town.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ricky Medlock and Ricky Phillips on guitars. And that video was produced by Grand Theft Productions in Dallas, Texas. Jimmy Papa also involved in that situation. Matter of fact, on the drums. And great video, I might add. I may not agree with everything the Freebirds have done, but it was a fine video. Michael Hayes, multi-talented. And we'll be right back with more on Power Pro Wrestling after this final timeout.
Here's a great fundraising idea. Mid-South Sports Universal Wrestling Federation will work with you in raising much-needed funds. If you haven't considered using America's premier sports entertainment event, then today is the day. See the stars of the UWF in your gymnasium or athletic field. For more information, contact Scott Munns by calling 918-366-8000 or by writing to 116 West Breckenridge, Bixby, Oklahoma, 74008. Call 918-366-8000 today.
That's a tremendous way for your nonprofit group or organization to raise funds, and with school just getting ready to get started again, we'd like to be hearing from all the high schools and colleges around the area to sponsor the Universal Wrestling Federation for a fundraiser. It's a great way to raise money. We look forward to hearing from you. Ladies and gentlemen, next week here on Power Pro Wrestling, we'll have exclusive footage from the Reunion Arena in Dallas, Texas. What a phenomenal night of wrestling. We'll have highlights from that big event right here next week on Power Pro Wrestling. I certainly appreciate you being with us here on PPW this week. It's been an exciting hour. Steve, Dr. Death Williams, in my estimation, will be back in Universal Wrestling Federation, and we'll keep you closely abreast of that situation in upcoming weeks here on Power Pro.